Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 30 September 2019. Coming to you with not a knife review as much as a knife discussion. I'm gonna, like give you a window into the twisted inner workings of my overly active knife brain. So you guys know, if you've been hanging around this channel very much, that I am a huge fan of knives produced by this here little company in Escanaba, Michigan, known as Bark River Knives. And I am sort of a I'm a connoisseur of the EDC fixed blade. I own my two favorite EDC fixed blades produced by Bark River. The one on the left, the green linen micarta handle mosaic pins and red liners, is a Featherweight Fox River, first production run in Elmax. And then the knife on the right is the Bark River Mini Aurora, also a first production run in CPM 3V, with black canvas micarta, handle scales, and red liners. Had to put the red liners in so Mike Stewart would not claim it as his. Bark River fans get that joke. Okay, so why do I love these knives? Well, I love them for lots of reasons. If I'm carrying a fixed blade as my primary EDC, sometimes I like it on my belt, sometimes I like to just throw it in the sheath and throw it in my front pocket. The whole thing. So I need knives that are, not much over 7 inches in overall length, and then with a full grip, meaning I can get all 4 fingers on the grip, and at least a 3-inch blade I like, and these have that. I also like them to be slicey. So the Featherweight Fox River, more slicey, the Mini Aurora, more beefy. And they both sort of have different strengths, right? The Aurora, more of a bushcraft profile, a little heavier duty knife blade. The Featherweight Fox River, nice and skinny, slicey, So there's a couple things about these that just aren't quite right for me. And guys, it's so hard in the EDC fixed blade realm to get everything you need in a small package that's small enough to carry every day. You need a blade that's capable, got to be at least 3 inches, but then you need a grip, a handle that lets you get all 4 fingers on it. And you can see right here where the Featherweight Fox River falls short. Even though it's got an extended choil that works well in the Saber grip to get 4 fingers on the grip, when you go to an overhand pinch, the pinky doesn't quite know where to be. You might make that same argument, I think, for the Mini Aurora. If I really squeeze my fingers together, I can get them all in there in the pinch grip. No problem in the Saber. But still not quite roomy enough. But they're as close, they were as close as I could get. Right? They were as close as I could get. There's also one called the Bravo EDC that's really, really close. I just don't like it quite as well as either one of these for various reasons. So I've been on this quest for the perfect Bark River EDC fixed blade. And there's this one knife in their catalog that has always intrigued me in dimension, but I've never liked the grind. What is it? What is it, you ask? Well, I'll show you. You saw it in the thumbnail. Here it is. This, my friends. What is that? This is a Bark River Ultralight Bushcrafter. However, there's something different about it than any ultralight bushcrafter you've probably seen. This model comes in a Scandi-Vex grind. So it is slab-sided down to about where my thumbnail is, and then a Scandi-Vex to the edge. This one is a full-height Convex. Why would I do such a thing? Well, first of all, let me tell you a little story. You see no etch on this knife. I made this knife at the Friday before the June grind-in this year. Jim Stewart, while I was sitting in Mike's office, he is a huge fan of the Ultralight Bushcrafter. It's his favorite knife. And he knows I've always kind of been a little cool on that knife because of the grind. And he had some blanks left over for their first run in Elmax, and he slipped me one under the table, so to speak, and I snuck out in the shop and built it. And then with the help of Mike Kittle, Skittles, we did away with that Scandi-Vex and went full height Convex. So first of all, let's talk about the blade. Same blade thickness basically as the Featherweight Fox River. My FFR comes in at 88 thousandths thick. This Ultralight Bushcrafter is about 91 at the spine. Notice the grind on the Featherweight Fox River is a very high Saber as compared to the full height Convex on my ULB. So by geometry, this ought to be slicier. Compared to the Mini Aurora, which has about 130 thousandths of stock thickness at the spine with a high Saber convex grind. Obviously, more slicey. I've always loved the hump in the blade of the Ultralight Bushcrafter. Notice the Featherweight Fox River, a little straighter spine. I've just always thought that hump was attractive. Then the handle on the Ultralight Bushcrafter is a little broader, left to right, especially on mine because I've got some polished black G10 with some pretty thick blue G10 liners. So it's more bushcrafty in hand, which is interesting. It's the most slicey of the three, but it's got the fattest handle, at least as I finished it. Fills my hand really well. Oh, here's the other thing. Overhand pinch grip in a very comfortable position, and look where my pinky falls. Comfortably inside the horn. So let's kind of take a quick look at dimensions, shall we? I will put these in the description, by the way, so you can do a little compare and contrast. So we'll go across. Blade length: Featherweight Fox River 3 1/4, Mini Aurora 3 5/8, longer blade. Ultralight Bushcrafter 3 5/16, so a little longer than the Featherweight Fox River. Both the knives on the ends, considerably shorter blade than the Mini Aurora. Handle length: 4 inches on the Featherweight Fox River, 3 7/8 on the Mini Aurora, 4 inches on the Ultralight Bushcrafter. But that's really not the dimension that matters in knives that are this economical in size. What matters is the grip length. So from the front of the choil to the tip of the horn. Okay? And this is where the ULB really shines. Although the handle is the longest, tied with the Ultralight Bushcrafter on the Fox River, because we have all this steep angle at the back, we lose a lot of length from horn to the tip of the pommel. So the grip length on the Featherweight Fox River, 3 3/8, same as the Mini Aurora, but on the Ultralight Bushcrafter, that distance is coming in at 3 5/8, a full 1/4 inch more distance from the front of the finger choil to the horn, which gives you that 4-finger grip in any grip that you employ. That's my #1 thing right there on the Ultralight Bushcrafter, why I like it so much. And of course, as I ground mine, it's the sliciest as well. Overall length, the longest of the bunch because of its blade length is the Mini Aurora at 7 9/16, and then the Featherweight Fox River and Ultralight Bushcrafter both 7 1/4 overall length. And as we already mentioned, stock thickness just about 3/32 each on these two, and just over 1/8 of an inch on the Mini Aurora. So, you know, you could do a little more horsing with the Mini Aurora. And then blade steel, and Bark River, of course, like everybody else these days, runs their knives in varieties of steel. But if you notice, my steel choice kind of makes sense. My two thin slicey blades are in Elmax. You know, super high wear resistance, super high hardness. My Mini Aurora, my thicker, tougher knife, gets the tougher steel CPM 3V. Just makes sense. These two knives aren't going to be knives I'm going to stick in anything and pry with. They are sort of my scalpels, right? My Mini Aurora, it's a knife that I could really do anything with, as long as the blade length suffices for a given task. So, you know, I hate to try to rate these knives because they do have strengths and weaknesses. At least the one in the middle has different strengths and weaknesses than these two, right? If you take this one out, we'll say it has a different application. How do I rate these two? For years, guys, I've said the Featherweight Fox River is my absolute favorite EDC fixed blade until I built this. And I'm not sure what it takes to persuade Bark River to do a full height convex. If you were to buy an ultralight bushcrafter from your favorite web retailer, I don't know what they'd charge you if you sent it in and went full height convex. I don't know, what, 35 bucks maybe? Would it be worth it? Would to me. Let's take a little look at this is my full height convex grind with a lot of help from Skittles, and then my finished edge on it. So hard to do push cuts in front of the camera. That's about as sharp as a knife needs to be, I think. Super slicey. Taking nothing away, however, from the old Featherweight Fox River. I think I sharpened this about 4 years ago. Been stropping it ever since. Oh yeah, it's still cuts. It's got a couple snaggy spots in it. Not worth bringing out the heavy sandpaper for yet. Yeah, that's I don't know, that's about a 5-year-old knife. It's had one really heavy duty sharpening when it was new, just to get my geometry as skinny as possible, but I don't know, it might have seen the 2000 degree paper and strop a couple times since then. So, oh man, it's so hard. But I have to say, the king is dead. Long live the king. Ultralight Bushcrafter, full height convex. My new favorite. EDC fixed blade. That's all for this one. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And remember, the word and all of my little barkies are sharp.